So if you're watching this video, it's very likely you're considering buying a Tesla, and you can do a lot of research online. But there are some mistakes or regrets that I only learned after taking delivery that I want to share with you in this list of 5. So I've had my Model 3 for over 14,000 miles now, and I got it last year in June time 2021. So if you're watching this video, we're gonna go over the top 5 regrets I've had thinking back since I ordered my Tesla, with point number 1, and that is not understanding the cost of customization. So long story short, I was interested in learning how much I could get for my current Model 3. And it got me into thinking, well, what car would I order if I could do it all over again? And I regretted not knowing the cost of customization. And what that means is the amount that you're going to pay from month to month if you go with, let's say, the color red or the white interior seats or the 19-inch aluminum wheels, these upgrades. It really is a lot smaller than I initially thought. So the cost of customization, honestly, in the beginning kind of scared me away of changing anything from my Tesla. I thought, well, the more I add, the red paint was, I think, $1,500 at the time. I believe it's $2,000 now, and I wanted to keep the cost low. But what I didn't factor in is how fairly insignificant those changes would be over the long run. So initially, when you plug in those numbers, that large purchase price can be a little scary, but think especially if you're doing a loan and you're financing over a long period of time, those cool customizations don't really hit your wallet as much as you might think. So of course, your own budget and what you're comfortable with adding is completely up to you, but another regret that I had is point number 2, and that was not understanding the difference between a Model 3 and a Model Y. So at the time when I ordered my car, the only thing I thought about was keeping the price as low as possible. We were expecting our first child, and I was really trying to keep that cost low. But what I didn't factor in is I automatically defaulted to the Model 3 because it was the cheapest. But since then, my brother actually just got a Model Y Performance, and I did not, when I ordered my car, compare the size difference and performance with the Model Y and the Model 3. If you are thinking Model Y or Model 3, go on a test drive, check out the cargo space, also compare the all-wheel drive versus the rear-wheel drive Model 3 and what you get with the long range and performance, both variants of the Model 3 and Model Y. So that brings us into point number 3. A regret that I had is not understanding the resale value. Now, obviously, you shouldn't just buy a Tesla thinking that you're gonna sell it right away, but I did the research for you. Something I did not think about when I first ordered my car, something I do not see YouTubers and Tesla folks talking about enough. So I went ahead and did the research and check out these real offers that I got for my Model 3. So the point in this is that your car, because of demand, is most likely going to be highly sought after, even after you take delivery. And if you would like, down the road, to get a price for the resale value, my results are that I am making more money on my Tesla than what I owe on it. So the offers that I've received are anywhere from $9,000 to $13,000 more than what I owe on it. So again, there's no guarantee, but at least for now, at the time of filming this video, some offers I got from Carvana, Vroom, and other companies have been significantly higher. So let's talk about point number 4, about things I regretted not knowing before I took delivery. So this is gonna help you out because a lot of these purchases, when it comes to accessories, happens before you take delivery. And a big regret that I had is, think about this. So typically when you're gonna buy some of these accessories, whether it's a screen protector or floor mats or whatever happens to be, you're gonna have it for the life of the vehicle. So this is one thing you really wanna set aside money for if you can. If anything, I would spend the money on your floor mats because you're gonna have them forever. They're never gonna get damaged, most likely. They just sit on the ground. They get dirty, you can wash them, and they're like new. So I put a list in the description below of the best accessories that I have used over 14,000 miles. And this is really a one-time purchase for a lot of these things. But my regret is wasting money and not doing the proper research on some of these accessories. So I went over it in other videos, but I wasted money on mud flaps. I wasted money on PPF that you can buy online, and that is paint protection film. It was peeling up. I had to throw it away and replace the PPF on the side of my vehicle. I also regret not buying the proper accessories ahead of time because you'll really want them on day one. So I did wait on the mud flaps, I waited on that PPF, and I did regret not having them to add that protection to my vehicle on day one. Don't waste your money on bad accessories. Check out the link in the description for my recommended accessories. And that brings us into point number 5, my recommendation on home charging. So my 5th regret of taking delivery of my Tesla is not understanding your home charging options. And I'll break it down really simple. Now, Tesla has recently lowered the price of the wall connector to $400, and that's still a very high amount of money to ask you to spend up front, but you're gonna need a charger no matter what. So the short answer is you can get a wall connector or you can get a NEMA outlet. So my regret was not understanding what goes into each of these adapters. So what's called a NEMA adapter will get you around 35 miles an hour in charge, but I did not understand the installation cost. So I was going around to all these electricians, and I'll just break it down for you right now. My all-in cost to buy and install a NEMA outlet was around $500. And what I didn't understand and regret not knowing when I first placed my order was the cost of that versus the wall connector. So the wall connector is $400 plus you have to pay for installation. Now, I don't know how much installation of a wall connector would be, but I really regretted not going that route, at least researching it. I was stuck on getting the NEMA adapter, and it does the trick. If you're not worried about how things look, then go with the NEMA adapter. It's most likely going to be less expensive, but I encourage you to get quotes. If I were to purchase a charger for long term, now our plan in this home currently is maybe to move in a year or two, so I went with the NEMA adapter, but I regret not at least looking into the price of the installation of the wall connector. So if anybody knows that, put it in the comment section below, but I would go with the wall connector if I was going to be at this location for the long term. A bonus tip, now this is another regret that I had on my car, was not going on a test drive. And especially if you're considering a Tesla EV or another company's EV, you're really not gonna know how much you enjoy a Tesla until you get behind the wheel. You probably heard a lot of stories, and I know I do in the comment section, people who are kind of skeptical, they went on a test drive, and you can just see that the Tesla really performs extremely well and kind of sells itself, if you will. So the experience once you get behind the wheel is unlike anything I've ever experienced. And even right now in 2022, with the prices being the way they are, if you're in that budget and you're comfortable with that budget, a Tesla, in my mind, is totally worth the value. So don't let the cost of customization scare you away from making those changes. Compare the Model 3 to the Model Y if you're thinking about sedan versus small SUV. And also you wanna look at that resale value, and don't waste money on those accessories. Buy them correctly the first time with those links in the description, and also compare your home charging options. So I wanted to share this list so you don't have similar regrets. Put in the comment section below which model you plan on ordering or have on order for delivery. Again, this is Matt from Frunk to Trunk. The only way I know you like this content is to drop a like and consider subscribing for our future videos, and we will see you in the next one.